Hey guys, hello. Thank you so much if you're joining live, and thank you so much if you're taking the time to rewatch the replay. Watch the replay. I mean, if you rewatch the replay, that's even more awesome. But um, I know it's a little bit early, so I'm gonna wait a little for people to arrive. But thank you so much, Carla, for checking in and saying hi. Um, Today is. To be honest, this is a VR to not just wheel, but oh God, I forgot to check her name. I think it's Astro Lady. They did a video together, which I linked in the description, and I will try to check. So, I'm not being too mean. Oh, but if I play the video, it's gonna. Oh no. Okay, it's on Astro Lady Tarot. So they did a video together, and it's about community and tarottube in particular. So I was thinking that since this is something that regards the community, I wanted to do it live with you guys. I mean, if anybody has time to join. But just in case. Oh yeah, thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you so much for checking in. How are you doing? So before starting with the questions, I wanted to a little brag, I guess, but ask for your help, the community, because I got this beautiful notebook. I mean, it's a dragon. It's kind of like a Game of Thronesy thing. It's not exactly, but it's special. And I need a special reason or a purpose for this notebook. So if anybody has any idea what to do with this one, maybe I was thinking about maybe doing a deep dive on the smoke ash and embers in it, but I don't even know. I mean, there would be space left, so I don't know. I need ideas. So anything with dragons probably is gonna be good. But oh, hi! It's been a while. Laura, I think her name is Laura. I'm really bad with names. I'm really so sorry. But happy New Year! But thank you so much for being here. And how is your tarot deck going? By the way, I haven't checked in on your tarot deck, and haha, look at me, not being able to speak. Good to know that you're okay, Sandra. I mean, I don't know if it's just me, guys, but I'm guessing not. But the first 2 days back to work, I mean, it was just 2 days, but it feels like forever. And I'm very, very envious of people in the UK because if I'm correct, the 2nd of January was a bank holiday instead of the 1st, because the 1st was on the weekend, because we don't do that here. So yeah. But anyway, let's not delve into life too much. I'm gonna start with questions because there's 13 questions and I need to click around. So first one is, what are your favorite videos to watch? And I was just thinking that I answer the questions, and if you want to join in the chat or in the comments, if you don't want to do a VR, please do so. But if you do a VR, please make a post letting me know that you're gonna post a link, because that automatically goes to the spam folder. And if I see a link, if I'm told that there's gonna be a link, I can approve it so other people can find your videos as well. Of course I Yes, Laura, I'm so pleased with myself. Oh, that's good. I mean, creating a deck is hard work, and I'm still very grateful for that cardstock video, because that's why I was able to choose one for mine. Yeah, I know. It's always difficult to go back to work, and I was only off for about a week, and it still feels like no, I don't want to do this. So yeah. I mean, adult life. I don't want to be an adult if this is like no, part of it. But yeah, so what are my favorite videos to watch? To be honest, and At first, I was thinking, answering the question related to tarottube, but I watched the original one and I watched Carla and Maria, and everybody was just talking about tarot in a broad sense. So, my favorite things to watch, obviously, tarot videos. Everybody who posts videos about their practice, I always love that. Hearing about experiences with decks, I really do enjoy that. I love collection videos. I love seeing a video that's like more than an hour and it's gonna be about just decks, and I'm like, oh yeah, and that's the most relaxing, fun thing to watch. Besides that, which is not tarot, I really like watching not all true crime, because after a while it got a bit too much. I watched just so many horrible things that I had to take a big break from. But I really like. Oh my god, I wanted to say her name too quickly. It's the um, I can't even know Bailey Sarian. Oh god, the how is the title? It's Makeup Murder and Monday. So I never know. I can't remember the title now. It seems, but Bailey Sarian has a makeup and true crime combined video, and I know a lot of people watch it, and she's amazing. That's why she's just so much. I know that the stories are grim, but she's fun, and she's beautiful. So look, checking how she does makeup is always fun. Even though I can't do the makeup, so I don't do makeup, but that's fun. And besides that, what do I watch? I don't even know. I mean, I watch other things. I watch some psychology related content. There's Dr. Honda, Psychology in Seattle. I watch him a lot. Scientology related stuff I do watch a lot. I'm subscribed to quite a few. It's just, I don't know why, it's a weird fascination. But yeah, I think those are the top things that I watch. And so yeah, it's your turn, in the comments. But let's check on comments first while you type in your answers. Thank you, Nancy, and I love you, for special reasons, for more than just once. So thank you so much for being here, um, and being completely random and whatever. Hi, Regina. Your boss is so nice to let you be here, even though I'm sure you're busy, and I don't think I'm gonna get bored with these jokes. I know it's not funny anymore, but hey. Hi, Ange, how are you doing? Oh, and for those of you who arrive later, I got this notebook for Christmas from a friend. It's a dragon, and I need ideas to. It's a dot grid and a blank notebook, like Okay, you can't see anything from the dot grid, but I want to do something special with it, but I don't want to fall into the usual, it's too pretty, I don't want to use it for just tarot reading. So I don't know, any ideas? What am I supposed to do with something so pretty? So I would really do appreciate that. Collection videos are a favorite of mine too, and also, oh yes, I forgot, completely forgot. Yes, witchy videos. I mean, I think I forgot because I'm still so new to the whole, I want to go down to that path, I want to be a witch. Like, I mean, I have the nails for it, but I want to dedicate more time to actually, learn about witchcraft. And reason being is, I think being a witch these days is the easiest way to connect back to nature, and that's what I'm looking for. So I mean, it would be cool to have actual magic, but yeah, I don't. Okay, we jumped. Oh, it's okay. Thank you so much, Ange, for being here. Honestly. Documentaries. Okay. Well, any special kind of documentaries? Because this reminded me that I do watch some deep dives on particular people and topics, because I kind of want to know when a YouTuber that I like is a shitty person, because it's better to know than be surprised why everybody's suddenly canceling someone. Oh, thank you so much. I was so pleased with I wanted to do, like black and holographic. but all the shops were out of black nail polish. So I mean, these are gel nails, so what happens? So yeah. Okay, so if you want to, like I said, if you want to answer, biography and sometimes historical documentaries, that sounds fun. I know that I watched a few of the National Museum of the National Museum of Britain. No, it's not. Not sorry, it sounds British. The British National Museum. Why does it sound so weird? They have a correct way to say their name, which I can't remember now. And they had an interactive walkthrough of the Egyptian collection and stuff like that. That was really interesting. There was a lot of really good stuff coming up during the pandemic. Music videos. I've watched something. No, I don't even know. I don't watch a lot. I have a few albums that I listen to, but of course, wirecrafting tutorials. That makes sense. And I watch a lot of. I mean, mostly I save it to my watch later digital art because that's why I bought the iPad mainly. I mean, I want to learn, but I still haven't started. Just digital collaging. But hey, I'm trying. So, second question: what are your favorite videos to film? So yeah, everybody who films. I mean, most of us, I think, in the chat film. But even if you're lurking, but if if you just want to say something, that's always interesting. Mine is okay. Filming is like a strong word for doing a live, but those are one of my favorite things to do because it's easier because you just turn on the camera and hope that somebody will show up and besides that it's the connection that it gets with people. But actually to film videos I really like doing the 6 months in, which is my longer term experience with decks, and something that I started and haven't filmed any other videos since is the 3 decks on the table, because I think that's useful. So I like flip throughs and first impressions, obviously because it's a new deck, but I really like creating content that I think that will be actually useful. Hi Debbie, how are you doing? Oh, and we have Carla here. You were the first. I mean, but you participated in a few, so it's gonna come. So yeah. Sorry guys, I don't know what's in my voice. There was nothing when I was just watching Buffy. Can I mute myself for a second? Yes. Okay, and it's not better, so maybe it's better. Hi Mimi, thank you so much for being here. I don't think. Ooh, I really like your picture. Is that a galaxy in a glass? That looks really cool. Yeah, I can be distracted by the pretty easily. By the way, Spirit of Avalon is Sandra, just in case anybody doesn't know. But so yeah, if you're doing content, if you're creating content, what are your favorites to film? I mean, if you're not planning on doing a VR, because I don't want to take that away from you. But yeah, I think those are my favorites. I'm just thinking, what did I film? I mean, I love doing VRs, to be honest, because it's always a fun thing to not just do, because it's always or usually a chance to look at my collection and be like, oh, how did I not think about this lately. But it engages the community, so it's always fun. You can find people through VRs, really cool people that you like. You can find them if you do a tag, so those are fun. Okay, 15 minutes I should pick up the pace. Really? Okay. And if you want to answer any question, please do so. What are least favorite videos to watch? And I was thinking about this, but to be honest, if I don't like something, I don't watch it. So I only watch videos on YouTube that I like. So I don't think I can name anything, because if I don't like something, I'm just not watching it. I frequently and often tell YouTube if I don't want to see something on my um, timeline or whatever it's called, feed, because and I know that it could be something that will prevent me from discovering new content, but YouTube likes to show horrible things because it's like breaking news. For example, there's the war in like the country next to us, and I don't want to see anything because it's just scary to me. And unfortunately, the only place where I cannot skip it is the breaking news shorts, because YouTube likes to put shit there. So if something really big is happening, I can always see that. And I chose to be oblivious about it because it's too scary to not be. So, but besides that, honestly, if I don't like something, I don't watch it. So, oh, hi, Maria. Happy New Year. And if you haven't seen it, Maria posted Carla and I've seen Carla's and Maria's videos so far, but I'm adding a lot to my watch list. So I think it's a really cool conversation to have. So I like this tag. I'm not saying I'm answering them very particularly, really, interestingly, but I like talking about these things. So yeah, my least favorites ones are the non-existing videos that I don't watch. So anybody else? Um, yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I There's always a little annoying thing that with the lag or um, purposeful delay with the live stream, so that if anything happens, you can just click it off. But that means that I can only see the comments a bit later. Especially, I don't know why StreamYard is really slow with comments, but maybe I don't know. If anybody answers anything, I'm gonna just put it on the screen. Okay, next one. Okay, what is your favorite part of the community? I think it's the easiest thing to say. It's you guys, honestly. That's why I was thinking about doing this live, because I wanted to do it with the community. Uh, Obviously, the tarot community is big, but you guys who show up for on lives that I participate in, or when I do my videos, you are my tarot community, and I just do love you guys. So it's fun. Yes, that's something I don't understand. I don't understand why people would watch and criticize something they don't even like. I don't understand hate watching. And I know people who will watch a full 50 minutes long video and they're gonna hate every second of it. Like, why? And leave nasty comments. That's what I'm like. You take the time, you watch it, you feel horribly angry while watching it, and then you leave really bad and like horrible comments. Like, why? I don't understand. Hi Claire, how are you doing? Yeah, exactly. Don't watch it. Like, there's so much other things you can watch. I don't understand. Haha, Flor de Oro. That's a cool name. Hi, thank you so much for being here. Oro is, similar to my name. I'm so glad we have tarottube. There are no tarot peeps anywhere near me in real life. I used to have two. One is like in hiding. I mean, I haven't seen her for a while, and she doesn't really do tarot these days. But my other friend who does tarot moved away, so yeah, I completely understand. It's fun, yes, it's really fun to just not just be excited about a tarot deck, but to have people that I can share that excitement with. And I know that some, like for example the holographic black true black tarot. I was really excited, and my family was so nice. They are always like, yeah, excited for you, like woohoo, because it's pretty, honestly. Even if you're not a tarot person, if I show you the deck, you're gonna drool. But something like and I'm looking around, what do I have? blah 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 blah. I don't have anything else that I can show right now, obviously. But just for example, working with the pocket version of the Wild Unknown, that was such a surprisingly powerful thing for me. But if someone, if you don't read tarot, you won't understand how powerful a connection to a deck can be. So it's really fun to be here and, find people who will understand why I'm so excited for a deck that works really well. Because and it's fun because I had not the exact same, but really similar, really good experience with fountain pens. Because um, I don't know why I started getting into fountain pens. I can't remember. But then I found people who were, like as excited as I was for buying inks and buying the pens and whatever. And they were really, like just excited to share the excitement. And I think this is what I found with here, like tarottube. And I know how lucky that was actually. Knowing I know it now because I've seen people who try to engage and then just wither it out because they couldn't find that connection. So I fully appreciate, everyone here and how, I'm not saying rare, but how special this connection is, because it's not a given. I mean, you're my tarot twin, so hello, Shay. Good thing. Oh, thank you so much. And yes, Happy New Year for everyone. Happy calendar year change, whatever, because most of us doesn't start the year at the 1st of January. I don't think so. Hi, Brian. How are you doing? It's so nice to see you. I'm so glad you're doing this tag. Oh, thank you. I'm working now, but I'll catch the playback. Cool. Thank you. And I'm sure, oh yeah, Brian did the tag as well with Gerald. I forgot to say that. But yeah, I watched that too. I forget. I'm sorry. Hi, Veronica Jewel. That's a lovely name. Homesick. Oh, I won't be typing much, but I'm very happy to be listening in. Oh, that's so nice of you. Nothing like fellow tarot nerds to help me feel better. Exactly. Honestly, most of the thing that I watch is tarot. It's YouTube, but tarot content on YouTube. V, okay. Veronica, okay. I was just thinking about V for Vendetta, which is a really cool movie, I think. Mm-hmm. I spent the last 2 days on YouTube looking for a fountain pen for a beginner. Oh, just ask me. I'm gonna give. If you want links, I can give you shops in the US. I can give you pens. I can give you inks. I can give you everything. So, just to let me know, because honestly, there are the Goulet pens. They are a family owned business in the US. They are really cool people. I just sometimes randomly reply to their newsletter, and they are always so nice and everything. And there are a few other places, but I always, tell people to buy from them if they are living in the US. And okay, I'm excited. So yeah, I think I'm gonna spam you with links and stuff because oh, you're the ink witch of Tarot Land Worship. That feels like an honor. Ink witch. There's that tarot, the ink witch tarot, right? That's the one that's called. I was really thinking about getting it, but not at the moment when shipping is just so high. But I keep coming back to that deck. That was a hard thing to remember. I honestly I can't multitask, and trying to remember that I have to go to the other section where the questions are, reading the comments and trying to finish my sentence sometimes can be a bit too much. Yeah, what am I doing? The banners. Yes, the questions. Okay, least favorite. Honestly, I was thinking about whether I should say it or not, but you know what? Yes, my least favorite thing is, and I'm not looking for drama, because Maria talked about, least favorite thing being the drama, and I agree. Like, honestly, if you don't like someone, just don't watch them. Why do you go around and post videos, because I've seen a few people who hate other people and they post videos, and like I didn't engage much. I just, just so. But um, my least favorite thing is when there's a problem with the creator and or a deck, and the problem can be objective or subjective. It's I think everyone should be entitled to their opinion. But what I hate, or what I, it's my least favorite thing, is then when nobody says a thing, like not even mentioning that, hey, this is my opinion, this is a bit problematic, here's the information and make up your own mind. No, we're just not telling anybody that, hey, this is a creator who is really problematic, because there's a few, and then people are not naming names. And I'm gonna give you an example. So with the decks that there's a question later, so I'm gonna give you examples. I'm not gonna be annoying about it and not say anything. And the reason being why it's my least favorite thing to do is I don't want people to bash other people. I don't want people to hate on other people, especially deck creators. But if there are things that are problematic, and it's these things are usually objectively problematic or not, everybody has their opinion. But if you're not giving me the option, I'm going to support someone unknowingly that is not someone that I want to support. And I know everybody can say that, hey, do your research, but who has that much time? When you see a deck online on other people's channel and it's really cool and you get excited, I don't have that much time. And I would say that if there's a problem, name it, and we can talk about it. And maybe it's just a problem for a few people, maybe it's a problem for a lot of people, but if we don't talk about it, no one will know. We can't have conversations around these things. So I think the least favorite thing is sometimes is too PC, the community. Honestly, I think being too politically correct can kill a conversation, and I think that's worse than sometimes unintentionally saying something wrong. Because if your intention wasn't harming someone else, then why can't we have a conversation? And just in life, in general, I think I'm getting a bit annoyed with the whole. It's more important what words you use than what you want to say, because I disagree with that. My opinion, I have one, and other people have one, and we can talk about it, or at least, it would be fun. Yeah, I mean, drama, I don't want drama. Honestly, my problem is how much I spend on tarot decks. I can completely understand, because, yeah, I spend too much on, but, I don't want. I mean, I was good with not spending a lot of money on tarot decks, and then came the holographic limited edition of the True Black, and then poof, went all my money. But yeah, but I can explain it away because that was from my earnings from me playing cards. So I was like, it's not my regular money, even though I should have used it for something else. But yeah, so that's my least favorite part. And I know a lot of people doesn't want to say anything because they might be afraid that it's gonna just cause drama, because I know. So I understand partly why we're not doing that, but sometimes there are certain people who I don't watch anymore, that I kind of felt like they got off a little on knowing something that the others don't know. Like, I'm above others because I know that. But I'm not telling you because I'm much better than that. I don't think so. But what else? Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. 2020, I spent a lot on decks. So much retail therapy. At least that's what I told myself. I mean, I got into tarot in 2020, so for me, it didn't really matter whether it was a pandemic or not. It was just like, oh, tarot decks. So I bought a lot, and I bought a lot in 2021. and the beginning of last year, but then like, and then it slowed down because I just, it's really hard. Yeah, cancel culture made it hard to speak one's mind. I agree. It's really sucks because there are just a lot of people who might just say the wrong things because they say the wrong things, not because they necessarily want to, but because they don't know how else to say it. For example, me. But it's so easy to cancel someone and just direct a lot of hate online towards anybody. So yeah, I completely understand why people are not not speaking up, but in an ideal world we could have actual conversation about topics. So yeah. Yeah. Wine and decks. Oh, I like that. uh, my brain moved faster than my mouth. I mean, if your brain moved faster than your mouth, it's better than the other way around. Because if you just talk without thinking, I don't think. I mean, I watched you for a while, but even if I didn't agree with what you said, which was not a lot of the times, I'm gonna admit that, I don't think you said it in any way that was hurtful or problematic. But you know. Imagine if Crowley was alive to have a channel. Now there's a thought. Honestly, I would like that because when I was coming in, when I found tarottube and other people, I only heard really bad things about Crowley. I'm not saying that I didn't sins. It's just that the thought, the deck itself was like, ooh, let's stick with the RWS because the thought is like, ooh. So I was like, oh, okay, that's something that that I don't want to check. But I learned more about the deck itself. So honestly, I haven't looked into more than the Wikipedia page of Crowley. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know what's right and what's not. But yeah, I find it weird that the spiritual community is so quick to judge and not even trying to see the other point of view of someone. I was naive to think that spiritual means you're empathetic and you're accepting of others, because I know people who are spiritual and hate immigrants in my country, and and I'm like, oh, so there's no empathy towards people leaving their homes because of a war. Okay, but you're a spiritual person, so how does that do like live in the same headspace? But it can exist. So I mean, aren't you trying to move past the ego? Humanity really needs to do that, I think, if we want to stay alive and greet the aliens when they are finally officially arriving. Hi, Anne. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Honestly, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I know sometimes spiritual doesn't differ too much from religious. That's very well, a very good way to say it. And we know religion isn't tolerant of other beliefs. Yeah, it's like, I know most of them, like the canonized one, the big ones with books and stuff, they are missionary. That's how we say it. When they go out and want to, turn other people like vampires. So it's like, if they don't belong to us, they are not. We're failing and stuff like that. But yeah. If I was an alien, I would turn that ship around ASAP. Uh, yeah. I mean, honestly, anybody, I think thinking that we're alone in the freaking universe is the most narcissistic thing to think. Because why would us as humans be that special to be us? Obviously, there are aliens. Um, and maybe they are not in a humanoid form, so there's no direct connection there, but who knows? Like, Star Trek is real. Honestly. So who inspires me most on YouTube? I didn't answer the question. um anybody who shares them themselves freely, and I try to be more and more like that. I never know. I don't think I found my real niche of what I want to do with my channel yet. But people like Candy Soil and Soul. Why is it so hard to remember people's channel name? Because I always just say like, oh, Candy. She's so vulnerable on YouTube. That's one of the things that I really do appreciate. Plus, the way she does her videos, I always feel like it's art. Like the music and the way it's just put together. Especially the ones when she walks in the forest, and there's the music, and she talks about. I think one of the ones that I really liked was about her work with the goddess. Um, I know she works with one specifically, but I'm blanking on it right now. It's the one with the Morgan. That video, those videos are really inspiring, and I wanted to say, Giselle Medvich, her channel name is Medvich. I just love listening to Giselle like talk about things. And if you are not subscribed to either of them, please do, and especially Giselle, please. I know that she has like more than 1,500, something like that, which is really cool, and she deserves that. But she sometimes really has this thing that she doesn't know how awesome she is. So if you subscribe, please do tell her that she's awesome, because she's. So I just appreciate her, and she's my witchy inspiration on YouTube. And Dawn Michelle, who changed her channel name recently. I think she's gonna be Dawn Michelle Tarot, not Boho Tarot anymore. And I love what she's posting. Obviously, I love listening to the pairs and the actual work with decks. Those are really, I think, inspiring, because she always comes up with something new. Plus the quality. I would really like to create content quality-wise, like her videos. So yeah, those. But besides them, there are just so many people. But I was just thinking that I wanted to give you guys names and actual people. So and honestly, I always feel, I don't know why, but I feel protective over Candy. Like I always think like we as a community must protect Candy, because she's much stronger. She doesn't need that. But I think the vulnerability, that's a hard word, that comes through her videos, I think that just triggers something like that in me. I don't know why. And I'm sure I'm not alone with that. Oh, hi, Tony. Ooh, it's month of my first second. Look what I have. And I'm using the beautiful moon. I'm gonna check the title because I keep forgetting, but it's on my table. I mean, if I can close it. The Moon Diary. Yeah, that was very hard. that you gifted me. I'm using it. It's so cool. This month of dragons. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, for those of you who are just arrived late, I got this beautiful dragon notebook, and I need ideas what to use it for. Something special, because it's a special notebook, and I don't know. Candy Craze video art for sure. I know, right? And honestly, sometimes, I mean, I know she paints, she's a painter, she's an artist, but sometimes she just shows a painting, and she's like, oh, I just did this, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm really curious about her toy tarot. She paints those oil paintings for that, so that's gonna be really cool. I think finding ourselves within this video medium takes time. Oh, true. Getting comfortable with sharing and trusting others with receiving our thoughts. Yes, and I have topics that I would like to talk, but even though there are things that I'm like oversharing, I know, because I don't mind, but there are things that I know that I don't want to talk so openly. I would love to talk, but those are too personal. So there's a balance, which is hard to find. Giselle's great. I know. I think she's awesome. Ha! Originally, I never planned on showing my face, and look at you now, posting all the things. I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way. But yeah, I don't think I was thinking about. Yeah, when I did my first video, I only had like my phone, so there was no way to, and I didn't have a holder or anything. So the only way that I could do a video was just using it the face forward facing camera, whatever it's called. Oh yeah, Regina is you're but I'm so glad you did, because nobody has better, oh god, words. What are the fake wigs? Fake hair. And I'm not drinking anything. Maybe that's my problem. I meant everybody, obviously. Obviously. I know, right? I need a special. I mean, my thing for this, my little plan, because I need a big one, is doing a deep dive on smoke, ash, and embers, and maybe some dragons. I don't know. Hello, Marcy. So amazing stuff. I love dragons. Haha. I'm dragon in the Chinese horoscope. I'm so envious. I really wanted to be a dragon in the Chinese horoscope, but I'm a dog, which is good because I know what dogs mean, and it fits and everything. But I wanted to be a dragon. Hi, Crystal Louise. How are you doing? Have you done your reading? The one, the love reading yet? I forgot. You said the date, but I'm sorry, I forgot. Okay, just checking. The glass, as in this one. The always Coca-Cola. Oh, Buenos Aires. That's so cool. What is the weather like there right now? Because honestly, it should be winter here, but there are flowers blooming, and I don't know. Weather thinks it's spring. There was no snow, so I'm just so sad. But I don't know. Buenos Aires, that's like South America, so should be. I don't know what the winter is like there. I'm sure we learned it in school, but I forgot. I'm sorry. Reggie? Okay, 6th. Okay. Tired but good. I mean, I was a lot more tired when I arrived home, and I was like, oh my god, I scheduled a live. Am I crazy? But being here with you guys, it's really actually revitalizing. Yes, Regina is apologizing for missing any hellos, but yeah, hands full of wires, it's hard to type. My eldest daughter is a dragon as well, and we are both red haired. Oh, so there's a new generation of dragons in the family now, especially. I mean, I have fake red hair. I mean, I don't think you can see, and red, whatever, crunchy or whatever it's called. But yeah, dragons. I mean, I know dogs are loyal. It's good. It's good. But yeah, no snow on the mountains. They in double figures already. I don't understand the weather. I mean, I know we fucked it up, but Argentina. Yeah. Oh, it's summer. Okay. Oh yeah, because it's the other side of the equator. Oh, sorry. I'm kind of tired. I mean, without clouds, 31. Oh yeah, that's a lot. Horse. Yes, I'm horse, but I figured an include unicorns. Absolutely. I need to find a special dog. Maybe the three-headed dog from Harry Potter. Is that good? Not really, because that's kind of like a monster, but a horse is definitely, belongs to the unicorns. Okay, I was thinking about this as well. Yeah, 31. I mean, 31 is not even that bad if you think about it. we had Fluffy. That's the name. It's Bolyhoska in Hungarian, which is pretty much the same. Uh, but yeah, 31. It's that used to be the hottest for summer. At night, it's like 40 or something. So it's horrible. But number one thing you would change about the tarot YouTube tarot community, and honestly, I wouldn't change anything because do you think it would be a good idea if I would change something? Because I don't think so. So even though I have issues, but you know, those issues I can put something else on the other side. So I'm like, I see everything from a lot of sides. So I don't think actually I would change anything because the world needs to be changing. So it's not just tarot community. Plus, I'm not the right person to change anything because I'm wise enough to know that I know shit. I'm Jon Snow. I already reached that stage that I know nothing. So, you know, all this talk of hot sunny weather. I mean, we don't have that. At least it's not raining yet, but it started. You know, what we have is like fog that has some misty, rainy weather in it, and I miss snow. It used to be snow, you know, during the winter. So yeah. Oh, Plymouth is getting drier. That's good, I guess. Even though if the UK is not rainy, that just means that we fucked up the weather even worse, I think. Oh, Massachusetts is raining as well. So, you know, I would magically make a lives happen when I actually attend the whole thing. That's a good idea. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Maybe. Okay, maybe if I could change, you know, let's go into the impossible realm that everybody would get five deck, 5 decks, let's say five, a year without, you know, they don't have to pay. They just have an amount of five that they can be like, oh, I want one of that, and the creator gets paid. So you know, it's not stealing, it's nothing like that. It's just that you have at least 5 decks, and then maybe people would be able to stress less about their purchases and stuff like that, because you know, if they can afford anything, then they would have 5 decks still. Or if it's, you know, too expensive, they would still have that more expensive, so it would be cool and kumbaya and everything like that. And that would be so cool, I think. But yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, I honestly, doing magic would be so much fun. We are praying for rains, because our most productive zones are suffering from drought. Yeah, for the last 3 years, it's heavy to have good crops in this situation. I mean, I understand it's a similar problem here. The summers are too dry, and you know, even though it's really mild right now, there's gonna be probably below zero and below whatever is gonna be really cold. So everything that start to you know, bloom and everything, they're gonna just suffer. And it happens a lot. There's short period when there's a lot of rain, so it gets, you know, flooded, and you know, we fucked up the weather. So I don't know. Yeah, but it still sucks. You know. Southeast. Ooh. I know. I think people would like the idea of getting 5 decks a year. Just, you know, I don't want to say for free, because it's not like for free because the creator would get paid. It's just a bonus deck. I would have a gatekeeper warning emoji for those who scare people or shame them. In my own idealistic head. Yeah, but wouldn't something like that, even if you're just labeling for yourself, would make you less able to give them a second chance, or you know, allow them to change? Because I think it's, you know, thinking back to the PC question, one of the things that I don't like is we're not allowed to make mistakes online. You know, if you make a mistake, you're forever a horrible person. Even if It doesn't matter if the mistake was small, if it was big, you're not getting a second chance, because why? I don't know. I mean, we fuck up, and I'm so glad that I wasn't a teenager with internet readily accessible and social media wasn't a thing when I was a teenager, because I said dumb shit. I said stupid things that I'm not gonna tell anybody, because, now I know better. Because you grow up, you learn, you meet other people, and you experience things. And that's something that, is not really allowed in online. And I just, yeah. Weather is so funny. We call it -5 for -5. I know these other places call it -5. Really? We call it minus. It's minus in Hungary as well. Or it's like, oh, it's fucking cold. Okay, I need to hurry, because it's like I'm just question 8 and there's quite a few. So, number 1 advice for other creators, new people starting out on a channel. My number 1 is schedule videos, because it's very easy to get excited to start a channel and, do a few videos, and then you post them all at once, or like one video per day. And then I think it's quite natural to find a point when you're like, oh, I don't know what to post. I haven't find my thing on YouTube yet. I don't know what do I want with my channel. So scheduling things is a really good way to not lose that momentum, because I mean, I did that too, and I have a few videos scheduled. For example, now I think I have 3 for the next 3 weeks, because I know I don't have that much time to film videos. So, I filmed a few videos in the break, and I'm gonna post them, once per week. And that's good, because sometimes you just go through a period when you don't want to be on camera, when you don't want to do anything, because you're just not feeling well, or you have other things that you want to do. So to not lose the excitement that you have for your channel, I think scheduling videos is a good thing. So that's my only advice, I think, that maybe hopefully is useful. Yeah, I'm so glad to have grown up without social media. Same. I mean, it was hard without that, but what kids can do to each other on social media, oh god. Yeah, internet never forgets, even though that should be. Like, why? I mean, there are things, obviously, if you kill someone, you shouldn't be, not known for it. But at the same time, you go to jail, and if you get punished, then you do. And I'm not thinking about, killing someone, obviously. But, something like smaller things. You do a crime. If you go to jail, you go to jail, you do your time, you get punished. It would be nicer if people wouldn't just hold that in your face all the time. And I think it's the same with, making mistakes on the internet, because you can't get away from that. And there are things that, not everything, obviously, but, people became better people even after they did horrible things. So, not horrible, but, really bad, stupid things. They can learn and they can grow, and I think it's better if we allow them. But yeah, I would live in an idealistic, world if that would be true. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and grow from them. I know, right? Everyone has to start somewhere. I don't come here for a Disney movie, obviously. And, there are a lot of things that I still don't know, because I never ran into those things in other or different kind of people. For example, I'm completely comfortable being a female, or using those pronouns, or identifying as a woman. But it doesn't mean, that okay, I need to say it right. So what I mean to say is that there was a long period of time when I didn't know that this was an issue for other people, because I never met anybody that suffered from this, and that had an issue with identifying with their gender or with a gender. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I understand what it means to be non-gendered or gender fluid or a lot of things, because I honestly, I just sometimes I just don't understand what it means. But it doesn't mean I need to be mean about it. I just say that, you don't do anything bad for yourself or other people. Be whoever you want. I try to understand and I learn things, obviously. And sometimes I'm, like I said, I will never understand the feeling, because that's not an issue for me. But the correct way is to be like, hey, you do you. And like I said, if you don't hurt anybody else or yourself. So I don't understand the, like the heat and whatever. But I think some people think that being a real ally, or like being politically correct, like the correct way is if you know everything, and you can only be like that if you completely understand everything. But I don't think it's true, or I don't know. I don't know if this makes sense, and I try to give examples, but I might fuck up and not give the good examples. This tag turns into kind of like a different conversation. Oh, hi, Jonathan. Hi, dragon brother. Oh, yeah, another dragon. If you really want to build a channel, I've observed you need to do live chess. Oh, that's a good idea, which I don't, but how she does me. Oh, no. I talk a lot of, like I talk all over the place, but I like talking to people, which is something that I only learned through these YouTube lives that I do with other people. And I don't think I suck at it. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the best interviewer, because I'm not. I don't do research. I don't do background work and stuff like that. But I'm confident in myself enough to think or know so far that I can have a conversation with anybody. So, I'm not afraid to invite anyone on my channel, because we're just gonna talk about things, and things are gonna happen organically. And so far my experience was that it happened, and I'm kind of proud of myself for that, because that wasn't the thing that was natural for me. I worked on it and I picked a lot of things up during the years. So yes, and if you need people to do be in your lives, just I'm available most of the nights. Because I think it's easier to do a live with someone else at the first few times. It can be very anxious. Um, that's not the correct way to say it. It can make you anxious or feel nervous when you do a live. I mean, I was still nervous when I started this, because I was like, what if no one is here? It still makes me nervous. And then I was like, oh, Carla is here, and that was one person. And I was like, oh my God, one person. That's enough. Because you're not talking to, like the void. But I think it's easier to start with inviting people on your channel, and, not stress too much over what to talk about or how to talk about it, because it's going to be very overwhelming to just look at the chat, to keep up with the chat, to talk to the person you have on. But if you have someone else on while they chat, you can just check the comments, for example. So you can just do that. So and you're not gonna feel that maybe nervous about things, because you can be like, oh, like, what am I supposed to do, and get some help. So invite someone who has experience with the platform you're using on, I think, when you're starting, because that can be like useful, I think. Oh, nice life, Jonathan. That Meraki book looks intriguing. I missed something. Okay, I'm gonna check. Meraki Tarot. Yeah, I've seen that deck. I mean, a friend of mine has it, and I keep seeing it on her Instagram, and I'm like, that's a beautiful one. Oh, workbook. That's always cool. Oh, hi. It's been a while, and you owe me an email. You said you were gonna send me an email. You didn't. Yeah, I'm totally being an asshole right now. So yeah, that was an advice. Yeah, okay, we're done with the advice. What do you like about YouTube as a whole? The information. Honestly, there's two things that where I search for information. Is Reddit. If I want to know how to fix something on my computer, is always Reddit, because Reddit knows. Reddit always knows. And they're not paid for opinions. So if I'm looking for an actual review of notebook or like a gadget or something like that, a phone or something like that, something that requires investment, I will check people what actual real people say. But on YouTube, I just love that you can people are still enjoying creating content, because there's a lot of videos, but there are still people who are just joining and like creating content, and they are exciting, and they are doing something that they love. I always like finding people who are passionate about and excited about what they make videos about. That was a lot about but there's just so much information. Yes, there is so much misinformation as well, but there are people who actually take the time to do deep dives, like documentaries, and in a way podcast. Even though I like watching people more than just listening, for some reason, I don't know why. Even if it's in the background, I have issues. But I just get the. I think it's just I always find something that will entertain me, and doesn't matter if I'm in for something serious when I want to learn, because there's so much information and people share so freely, and I think that's just amazing, because it shows that humanity on a basic level is not about greed. The first instinct is, when you have something that you like, you want to share it with other people, and then comes greed and the rest. But the basic thing is people like to share what they are passionate about. And even if I'm not necessarily interested in the topic, sometimes I watched a few of those. I think GQ has a series, I think it's GQ, where they invite a specialist, or someone who has a special knowledge about a certain topic, and they are commenting on movies related to that content. For example, there's a guy who is a funeral home director, and he was he has a few videos up because he was called invited back to the channel, because his videos are just so interesting, and they are funerals and death in movies, but he's just so passionate about what his job is. It's a profession for him, it's a calling, that the comments are full of, oh my god, I never thought that I'm going to be so interested in funeral homes and whatever, because the guy is just so passionate that it's just interesting to watch. So I always like finding those things, and I never found that on any other platform, to be honest. I think it's easier to find actual connections in small communities like tarottube, or this part of tarottube, than on other social media. See, Nancy wants to be a guest as well, so I mean, it's okay. I know. I'm busy too, and life is hard. So I was just like, ha. I need to know what the time difference between us, so I can figure out time to have you join me. Oh yes. So right now, currently, where is my clock? It's oh my god, it's already 8:34. So it's 8 p.m. Like 8:30 p.m. Is that is that the right thing? We have the other way. We don't have the 12. We have the 24. So yeah, it's 8 p.m. 8:30. Oh my god, it's kind of late. But yeah, so I have no idea what the time difference is. But if it helps, I think it helps for people. I'm 1 hour ahead of the UK, right? Because it's 7:30 in the UK. So if you figure out the UK time, I'm just 1 hour behind them. I think that's the easiest. I mean, for me, that's the easiest way. interesting. Yeah, that's my favorite thing about YouTube, and I love people being passionate about anything. I know, right? Like that guy. Honestly, I'm gonna make a note and post that funeral home guy, because he was married, but the amount of offers he got, yeah, it was fun to watch because just people were like, oh my god, someone who's really excited about things. We want that. So yeah, funeral home guy. I'm gonna share that in the community post because I think it was just so much fun to watch and so interesting. I learned a lot. I think, like I said, I think it was GQ, but a few of these men's magazines do these things. So, oh, I mean, Sandra wasn't live, I think, yet, but the others are, I don't know. My dragon's asleep. Yeah. Okay, 11 hours. Oh, so you're in the morning. So we can do something when you're free in the morning then. Or maybe in the weekend. It's better then. But, oh, did I show you were you here when I showed my new notebook with the dragon? And maybe that live will help me to figure out what to do with this notebook. Oh. Yeah, and I'm adding them. I mean, Sandra posted one about Christmas presents, which is on my watch list. It's very hard not to work from home and be able to watch YouTube while you work. I find that one out. Okay, it's gonna be a short one for this one. What is a deck divination tool you use alone but don't show or use online? I don't have anything divination form wise. I have the Raven's Prophecy, which I mostly use for personal readings, but I just have a video that's gonna come out I think 2 weeks from now, which is I picked a deck for each month of the year that I want to work with, and one of them was the Raven's Prophecy. Spoiler, spoiler, because I want to connect with it more, and I kind of want to just get over myself with that deck. So, hey, I just saw this one. It's a notebook. It's a blank notebook, but I need special, like occasion and reason to use it. So. Thanks. It was a very, very cool Christmas gift. No, it was a Christmas gift from a friend. I mean, YouTube can be really bad with notification. I honestly don't have notification on for people because I got the notification for lives sometimes hours later for some reason, and I was like, oh, someone went live, and it was like, no, they were live 2 hours ago. So after a while, and usually, people post it in the middle of the night or when I work so I can watch it. So, but yeah, sometimes it happens. Hi, Donna, thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year, happiest New Year. I mean, if I say better than the previous one, the bar is kind of low. So yeah, that was that question. There's only 2 questions left. Yoo-hoo! Okay, so what is the deck you want but won't buy because you don't support the creator publisher? So I promised to name names previously. So if it means that, I said that what I don't like about the community is that sometimes people are like, there's a problem with that creator, but I'm not gonna tell you what. And I don't like that because I think it would be easier to decide for people if they think the problem is actually a problem or not, if the information would be more readily available. And one of them is okay, I'm gonna check. And I know that a lot of people have this deck. Is the Anatolian illustrated, the Bone Stone? No? What is the deck called? Bone Stone and Earthflash Tarot. It's an absolutely beautiful deck. But I had no idea about what went down with its being you know, like a special deck created for a community at first, and then not being that deck, you know, that promise not being kept, and then problems with and issues with the creator. And yes, it wasn't me, you know, I didn't experience that, but I watched people and videos and a lot of things because I was curious, because, you know, I wanted to know if there was a problem. And then the creator, Avalon, I think that's her name. And you know, it's her right, she can do whatever, but she put a hex in the book, I think, the guidebook, you know, like if you talk about it, there's gonna be like bad things happening to you or something like that. And I think that's a giant no. Like, I don't understand. Plus the price, I think the deck became overpriced, which, you know, you can say over, like, demand and, you know, supply. But after, you know what, then I learned that it was supposed to be a special deck for a special community, and that promise wasn't kept. And there's a flying something here. I just, you know, that's something that I know the deck is beautiful, but I wouldn't be able to use it because there's just so much negativity that I connect to that deck. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, like I said. I just think that these are things that it's okay if it's out, because, you know, it's the truth, at least part of it, or some truth. So yeah. Oh, there's a Hitler Switchy Tarot. I didn't know about it. But oh my god, I did not know about that one. But that sounds like a deck that I would never get. But I still want to check if that's an actual thing. I never thought that I'm gonna write down Hitler's Witchy Tarot on a piece of paper. And even if I wouldn't be like 2.4% Jewish, which I am, I wouldn't be still getting that deck, because what the actual. Yeah, no, a specific deck is the Smokers and Embers, obviously. Ancestor Grimoire. Maybe I should start working with ancestors, because I don't know. But that's a good idea. Thank you. I'm just thinking, but I'm gonna make a note about it. Yeah, I know. If I said it that way, Anna didn't do anything. I love her work. That's why I would want the deck, because Anna Turian's artwork is beautiful. I know she didn't do anything. I meant Avalon. Avalon was doing that. She's the owner or author of the deck, and you know, she was doing whatever, and you know, it's her thing. And if for people it's okay, then it's okay. But for me, that's one of the things that I just wouldn't get over it. Which I'm grateful, because that's a very expensive deck. And the other one is the and for this one I wouldn't get a second-hand copy, because I would just think about it. That thing, you know, that would be always on my mind when I would be using the deck. So I don't want that. The other one is, maybe it's hypocritical, but I would get a second-hand copy, because then that way I wouldn't pay for, you know, I wouldn't support the creator, because I wouldn't be paying for them. And that's the tarot bot. And we just don't align politically. He's right wing. That's one thing, you know, we don't have to. I don't have to align with people's political opinions, but I think these days there's just too much of a difference. But the other thing is, and I went and checked his Twitter. He said some horrible things about women. There was, I think she was a senator, so, you know, public figure, but I don't care. And he was having a conversation on Twitter, and I checked, it was his Twitter, and, you know, it wasn't years ago, it was when I checked about a year ago, so, you know, it's relatively new. He was comparing it to a horse, and, you know, if you compare women to horses and stuff like that, you're just an asshole in my book. Honestly, like I said, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but if we're not hush hush about things, then we can learn and decide if we are okay with, you know, decks and creators. Because I'm sure other people, there are, you know, people on the other side of the political things who will be like, I don't care. So yeah, okay, so you know. Okay. I mean, I wasn't thinking about Hitler creating, maybe, YouTube is going to pull this live. But I wasn't thinking about him creating, but I can totally see some a-hole creating a deck, you know. So, because people can be. Oh, God, yeah. So, yeah, I was thinking that someone actually created it because, unfortunately, as we discovered, spirituality is not. Uh, it's not a label that only kind and empathetic people have. So yeah, so yeah, those are the two decks that right now I know. I Like I said, I might be a hypocritical a-hole myself, but a tarot bot I would like to get a second hand copy, but no one is selling, so I don't think I will get. And I don't, there's a lot of people who doesn't know about this, about the creator, and I only found it out because after backing the second edition on Kickstarter, I went into a live and I was just excited about it. And then people told me in that live. But if I haven't gone into that live, people wouldn't have, and I wouldn't have said that, hey, I backed the deck. People wouldn't have told me that there was a problem. I wouldn't have looked into it and decided not to back it. And then I would have a deck that would just be, like a reminder of, oh, I gave money to someone who does that, and I don't want to do that, at least not willingly or knowingly. But yeah, just me. I mean, and your variable crystal grids are, I think, in the same level price wise, so that was a good deal maybe. But if you cleanse the deck and you can get over it, oh, do it. Honestly, I'm not saying nobody should get it. I think that's the big thing, that it's hard to say things in a way that it doesn't come across like everybody else should feel the same. Like, that's I think that's why I'm always like, it's my opinion, it's just me. You don't have to be like that, it's just me. Other people have other opinions and do whatever. I don't really want to support fandom names because it's direct merchandising greed. Oh, on the part of media companies. And I don't think they are that well done. Yeah, I mean, Magic of Marvel Oracle on my desk currently. Yes, most of them are not. I'm just such a sucker. I'm unfortunately, I'm the target audience for these things. I can be very excited about fandom things because I'm like, oh, Buffy. So yeah, I'm gonna buy the Buffy deck as well, and I'm hoping it's not gonna suck. And yeah, there's gonna be a live coming up. I'm just not saying anything because I don't want to jinx it, about fandom decks with someone that I'm very excited to have on my channel at some point soon, hopefully. So we're gonna have a conversation about fandom decks because yeah, that's a conversation that can happen. Uh, I appreciate knowing about such behavior. I adjust accordingly moving forward with such creators. Exactly. I think like I said, I don't want people to not support them, those creators, if for them it's okay. I had this conversation with one of my colleagues in the library, for example, that I told him that I can't watch a Tom Cruise movie anymore because all I think about is what he's doing in the name of Scientology, and I know what a horrible uh, religion Scientology is and what it does to families. There's the disconnection policy, and they are, no matter what a Scientologist says, by the way, they are allowed to lie to anybody who's not a Scientologist. So if they are like, oh, we support LGBTQ plus rights, no, they don't. Ron Hubbard hated gay people, and Scientology, if someone is a Scientologist, they don't like gay people. Just saying. Because there are a few actresses that are Scientologists, and they're like, oh no, that's not true. We don't do that. But if you know enough about Scientology, you know that is, it's exactly what they think. So right now, and that sucks because Tom Cruise has a lot of really good sci-fi movies, but I cannot watch him because all I think about is what he's supporting, what he did to his niece, and just to his own daughter, disconnecting because Katie Holmes left. Those are the things that I can't get over, or cannot look past when I watch a movie with him. But my colleague was like, he doesn't care because he just watches the movie and he doesn't care about the personal life of someone. And we disagreed on it, but we talked about it, and that was just a conversation. And I think both of us were like, you're not my, like, about each other, but we didn't came away from the conversation hating each other, because we just agreed to disagree. And I know that Scorpios hate that sentence. At least that's my experience with Scorpios. But I think agree to disagree is something that's missing in a bigger part of communities. And yeah, I think this should be a thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The last time when I was, before I decided not to get the deck, the last batch was going for like 300 or something minus shipping, so that was interesting. I do have the Game of Thrones deck, but that one is pretty well done. I completely agree. I have that one. I use it for a lot of readings for the House of the Dragons, and I need to do a 6 months in on that deck because it's a really good. It's well done. It's well thought out, and there are a few. There are a few. But yeah, I don't want to go into that because yeah, I know. And it's so horrible. Scientology was created by a sci-fi author who bragged that he could create a religion and took a bet on its creation. And it's so sad because there's just so many people who get into Scientology because they think they're gonna improve themselves, that they're gonna help other people, because that's the whole selling idea, and then they end up in that. They end up disconnecting with people, and disconnection means actually not talking to your own child or your family members, because if they are SPs, suppressive persons, who speak against Scientology, then they're not gonna, you can talk to them. And I'm very much looking forward to the day, which I think is coming. It should be happening in the next 10 years, I think, when Scientology loses its tax examination. Because when they do that, the money is gonna dry up, and it's gonna just go back to being like a tiny thing that it's already is. Oh, I mean, religions cause it a lot more problems. Yeah, they make all kind of promises, and once you're in, that's it, exactly. And it's really hard to leave because it's a cult. Scientology is a cult, and if you want to, get more information about it, there's a channel called Growing Up in Scientology with Aaron Smith. Okay, I'm bad with names today, but the channel's name is Growing Up in Scientology, so look it up. And he has I'm following him for years now, and he has a lot of very well communicated information about Scientology. He's just so good with explaining things in ways that people can actually understand. Oh man, it's so most of the Scientologists who are still in Scientology are those who were born. Oh, it's so cool. Aaron, yeah, like Aaron. Like, hi Jamie. I didn't know that anybody else was watching his channel, but it's so cool. I mean, tarottube, it's circling back to the first question, even though I didn't reply to the last one. But what I like about the community is I can find tarot people on such random videos, comment section. There's a channel called East Idaho News, which I follow because of the Daybell Vallow murders. I started following them to get updates because those happened in Idaho, and they are the local smaller news channel, but I kept I kept being subscribed to them because I kept the subscription because they post like feel good Friday videos and Secret Santa videos, and just like good kind of content, not just a really grim newsworthy, but they post actually like community centered videos. And there was one about like a group, like a singing group or whatever, and I left a comment because sometimes I try to leave comments because it matters. And someone from the community were like, hi, so it was so cool. So you can find tarot people in random channels comment section, which is so cool. The world can be so small. I mean, I can't watch him live because he goes live when I'm sleeping. But yes, exactly. I watch pretty much everything. Just look at the TV show Friend of the Family. Oh, Mormons. Oh, I'm sorry, but those are the other. Like, that's a religion that I'm trying to be very accepting and like understanding of other people's faith, but no. I don't know that channel. Maybe Jamie can link it, or I don't know who's a mod because I can't. But I can show you on the screen though, can I? Okay, he posted something. He always posts. Oh, and I forgot to say completely, not to this question, but I watch a lot of tarottube, like lawyers talking about cases and stuff like that, because I try to get the facts as much as I can about certain things. So I rather watch lawyers explaining lawsuits and like actual document filed, and not like people are just trying to make some guesses and stuff like that. Come on, Aaron. Where's your channel? Should have searched for it, huh? Just checking if anyone's posting. Growing. Can't type. Yes. So that's. I mean, if you're talking about that's his channel. These are like really. He posts about I think he was the one who did it, not Mike, but celebrities who are Scientologists, because it's always good to know, because like I said, they can say certain things, but if you know enough about Scientology, you know they are lying, which I find it interesting. Maybe I shouldn't, but. And what has been your most memorable experience being a part of tarottube? I was thinking I don't have a big answer, but I think the last one that I said, that you can find your people, like I can find you guys, my people in like most random places, and it's just such a cool thing to experience, to find someone in another community where you're not expecting to find. I don't know why. Like other people from tarottube. It's really, really cool. They're really fun. Plus, the another big thing, and that's a memorable experience, and I keep forgetting that it's not true for most of the other communities, is that I can actually scroll down and check the comments, because they are not going to be filled with hate. It's not going to be like, but it's going to be like, oh, I like this tag, oh, I like this video, and it's supportive messages. I know that there are people who get a lot of hate or whatever, but I'm lucky, or maybe just small enough still, but I seldom get any like weird comments. Most of them go into the spam folder. But even if I just get sometimes like weird ones, which I'm like, I don't know what to do with these comments. It's not necessarily mean, it's just weird. But I was lucky. I usually don't get mean comments. And the channels that I check, those are usually just talking about decks or recommendation for decks or whatever. So it's safe to scroll down and actually check the comments. And I think it's sad. I guess it's sad that it's a memorable thing to mention, but it's also very good because, you know, I like reading comments as well while I watch videos, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I should have read that, because why did I think that it's not gonna be like that on other, you know, topics. My most memorable experience on television is whenever someone comments that they found something that resonates with them on my channel. Yes, absolutely, that's true too. Or, you know, when someone is like, oh, I'm buying the deck because of you, and I'm like, no, not in a mean way. It's just I just like hearing that, not because I want people to spend their money, but because, you know, I communicated something that I really like and I'm excited about in a way that it comes across and makes other people excited about it as well, I guess. Aaron, yes. He's adding an intro to his videos these days. That's why this the Aaron. see. So we're watching other things that, you know, I didn't expect people to watch growing up in Scientology as well. I don't know why, but it's just so cool. But yeah, and another thing is how freely people share their knowledge. And I'm forever gonna be grateful for it, because I learned so much about not just tarot, but witchy stuff and just divination and practices and technical things and other things that, you know, not necessarily tarottube related, but tarot related. But I think it's just that, you know, the available amount of knowledge is just like so much. For example, Gerald. He has quite a few videos about how to read certain cards, for example, the court cards, because court cards can be, you know, difficult. Oh, what did I do? Okay, nothing. Okay, cool. I did it only for myself. So it can be hard, you know, and it people can find it hard to start with them. And you can always learn something if you hear about how other people read cards and stuff like that. So when people talk about their practices, that's just so useful. And not useful sounds like not the right word, even though it is, but you know what I mean. I don't want to mean it say it in a way that it's I'm using the other people's channels. No, it's you know, it's like we're sharing information. Oh yeah, I mean, I wish tarottube could have been about. Oh, I mean, you started a lot longer than I did, because I believe that things happen when they're supposed to happen. So I know that I was supposed to find tarot and I found tarot and blah 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 blah. Blah. I do think that, but sometimes I'm like, I wish I could have just grown up with tarot, because I think it would have made my life easier. But then I start to think that I probably wouldn't have learned things that I was supposed to learn if I had that. So blah 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 blah. Everything happens for a reason, and when it is instructive is a good one. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but I only wanted to be here for an hour because I still need to do stuff before I go to sleep, and it's 9 p.m. right now. And my voice. Yeah, but you know about it, you know. I mean, sometimes I really wish that my throat chakra is closing, that I had someone that, you know, did any sort of type of divination. But at the same time, I think that when I was really sick, I probably would have pulled cards that were like, you know, Tower or Ten of Swords, and I would have influenced myself in a bad way when I was in a really bad state. So I understand the universe way. But I'm gonna finish because my bedtime was like I'm old, I need to go to sleep. I mean, I can't fall asleep because I still haven't figured out how to stop taking a sleeping pill, because who knew that your body can get really dependent on shit like that. So I'm still working on getting rid of that. But stuff like that, you know, my spiritual practice will help me with it. I know that. So yeah. I don't know what I wanted to say, but my voice is really weird. So I'm just gonna really appreciate and thank you all for coming here. And it's not a sentence, I know. I wanted to thank you all. That's a sentence. Uh, for being here. I did try sleep meditations, and it's my unfortunately what happened. I took sleeping pills for too long, and I managed to quit them, and then the war, started happening, and then I was like, I can't sleep because I'm terrified, and I went back using it, and I couldn't stop again since, because my body forgot how to get sleepy, and who knew that it can happen? I didn't, but I did Reiki. I think Jonathan is the one from all the people who are here who does Reiki healing. I think, if I remember correctly, I think I heard Jonathan saying that, because I have a Reiki master sister, so I'm in a very good place. And I started working with energy, so I did the first level last summer, and I did the second one just a week ago. So I'm you know, upgrading my Reiki experience, and I think that's gonna be the one thing that I will be using. But I took valeriana, and I mean it's the same, and it's just not useful enough, unfortunately. So, but I mean I managed to quit it twice already, so hopefully I am I will do that again, because but it would really help if the war would stop, honestly. And yeah, I know to a lot of people as well, but yeah, I don't want to talk about it. So yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep and do the things and whatnot. uh but yeah, if Jonathan is here, I don't know if he's still here, but if not, I want to talk about it. I mean, I would like to make a video about Reiki as well, how useful it was for me, blah blah blah, but I just need more time to actually do in face whatever, because I find it very hard these days to find time to actually dress up properly and stuff. That's when I don't have to. Yes, exactly. So thank you so much, everyone. I should just shut up. And honestly, I really do appreciate everyone, and I appreciate the oh, okay, there's a Jonathan comment. Oh, okay, so not Reiki exactly. Okay. For some reason I remembered someone else said that, but maybe I'm just as usual mixing things up. But I do appreciate everybody. I mean, there was a lot of people here tonight, and a lot of new people, and I really do appreciate. And even if you haven't said a word, but you were doing something and you were listening, I do appreciate you. And if you're watching the replay, I still do appreciate you as well, because this whole tag is all about just a big thank you from me for, and I should have started it with this one, but if you're still here for more than an hour, you guys helped me a lot, even if you didn't know, because being here, being able to make, sometimes creating content is what got me through certain period of times, and sometimes just watching other people talking about decks was the exact same thing, or like the practices that I needed. So oh, maybe Gerald. Okay, Gerald has a Reiki. Okay, I'm gonna do one, and then maybe hopefully someone was trained in. I know, I remember someone being that, like, or maybe I was just imagining things. It could happen, but like I said, I'm gonna shut up because I don't know how to end things. So it seems. Oh, it's okay, Kristen. Thank you so much for being here. Honestly, I know how hard and busy is, especially time zones like 11 hours and whatnot. So you know. Yeah, I'm gonna just shut up and wave awkwardly while the broadcast is ending. Bye, guys.